What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk here, back again for a quick trade recap video, this time between the Boston Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks. This is actually a significant trade. I don't think people are giving it as much attention as it should be already. I know it just happened, but still, I think that this is a pretty significant trade for a Bruins team that I still predict to win the Stanley Cup. I'm a Leaf fan, but listen, you gotta have a prediction, and I want the Leafs to win the cup, but I think I got Boston, and this is the full trade. Boston is getting Ondrej Kase. That's how I've always said his name. I don't know if people say it differently. He's a restricted free agent on July 1st, 2021, so we still got a deal for next year. But to Anaheim is David Backes. We heard that he was going to get moved. His time in Boston has come to an end. He was obviously an impact for them at one point, but he definitely isn't anymore. His role definitely changed quite a bit on the team the last couple of years, and for the money he was getting paid, it definitely wasn't worth it for Boston to hold on to him. But they're retaining 25% of his salary. He's also he's a UFA, actually, not an RFA, on July 1st of 2021, so he'll be up the same time as Kase, just one's an RFA and one's a UFA, of course, Kase being the restricted free agent. So Backes' contract in Anaheim will be around $3 million. Defensive prospect Axel Anderson, is also going to Anaheim, and we'll take a look at him in a second, and a 2020 first-round pick. Now, off first glance, Boston retaining salary, they probably don't care. They've got some money, and they made their move. I guess Kreider isn't available to them, and they don't want to pay that price. This seems a little bit more realistic because they also get to dump David Backes as well at the same time. Axel Anderson, again, like I said, we'll check it out, but this is a good deal. I'm sorry, I don't think Boston gives a damn about that pick. They shouldn't either. They're not going to need it. I mean, let's be honest here. They're going to make a deep playoff run. That's just my prediction, and especially when you get a guy like Kase. So we'll look at his numbers, but I have a few things to say about him as well. But he's 24, so he's fairly young. 6 foot, 190, right winger. So he's got some decent size to him. This year, he's got 23 points in 49 games played. In the prior season, he had 20 points in 30 games, so obviously injuries. The year before that, 38 and 66, so he doesn't really stay healthy. And then in this first season, he had 15 points in 53 games played. But with a Boston team like they have this year, he's going to just add to their depth scoring. Now, he's got hands. This guy can actually play. He's got really good hands. He's got a really quick release. He's got a really good snapshot. So again, like I said, he's going to fit in quite well. His cap hit for the next couple of years is $2.6 million. So Boston did really good here, in my opinion. I like the contract. He's got it for this year and next year. And of course, they're off the hook for David Backes, who only played in 16 games this year, and he had 3 points. Last year, he had 20 and 70. That's when his point production started to drop off, and he just wasn't playing like the regular David Backes that you see that gets 40 to 50 points pretty much every year. So, and keep in mind, Backes is also 35, right winger. He's a bit bigger, but Kase is faster. He's younger. He's a better player at this point. And Backes had a modified no trade clause, so we obviously had to accept this deal. $6 million cap hit for this year and next year, but now going to Anaheim, it'll only be about $3 million, like I said, because of the 25% retained by the Boston Bruins. Now, Axel Anderson is very interesting. He was originally selected in 2018 in the second round, 57th overall by the Bruins. He's an interesting prospect. So I believe, yes, he is a right-handed shot defenseman, 6 foot, 185, so he's got some decent size to him. He plays for the Moncton Wildcats of the QMJHL right now. 22 points in 41 games played, so not too bad. He also played for the U20 Sweden team, international, of course, junior team. 3 points in 8 games played, so he looks pretty good. Let's be honest here. And if you read up on him, skilled defenseman who skates well, has interesting offensive upside with very good passing skills and the ability to lead the rush. Strong puck mover and plays well on the man advantage. So this is right in the wheelhouse of any team that wants to get a good prospect. He's 20, so they can give him a shot in the next couple of years if they feel he's ready. I like the move, I'm not going to lie, and this information is from Elite Prospects. So this trade isn't bad for both teams. But like I said, the Bruins, they don't care about these assets that are futures. They want stuff for now. Kase is the guy that they need right now. Their blue line is pretty decent. I don't think that they're too worried about this prospect. He's not their top prospect, if I'm mistaken. let me know. But this is a good trade. Kasha to the Bruins, Backus to the Ducks. Again, I'll just say the full trade just so everybody can hear it again. Kasha to the Bruins, Backus with 25% retained, Axel Anderson and a first-round pick to the to the Ducks, and that Boston pick is actually their first-round pick. So again, like I said, it's not a big deal for them. I'm gonna favorite that because Cap Friendly does God's work. We're gonna click home just to make sure that there's no other additional information. Nope, Boston has made it official on their Twitter page. Being a Leaf fan, that's a scary move. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. Lots of trade content coming up until the trade deadline and content past that every single day. I appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.